Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I make an almond milk, and that is amazing milk because almonds are very healthy. They're actually not nuts, but we are call them nuts in the kitchen. They are I believe they are berries according to the biological definition. Like strawberries, they are not strawberries, they are nuts. Funny, yeah. Almonds are very special, so they are not really nuts. Especially if you have a nut allergy, you should think about it if you can eat almonds at all. So I soaked these 2 cups of nuts in water overnight for different reasons than you might expect. Usually in the raw food scene, the nuts and seeds are recommended to be soaked overnight to get the phytic acid out of the nuts. They say the phytic acid is a natural inhibitor and protection of the plants, and the seeds, that they don't get eaten by other animals or so. So they have the phytates to prevent that. But that's not the whole truth. The thing is, scientific studies show that phytates are one of the most potent cancer-fighting agents in plants. Nuts, beans, seeds, all kinds of whole food plants have phytic acids, phytates, and they work in several ways to help with cancer, to prevent cancer, blood pressure, so many health benefits. But the most interesting biological benefit of phytates is the cancer-fighting capacity, and that is really amazing. Just watch the video again by Dr. Greger. He has a series out with 3 videos, really worth watching, very interesting. Many people don't know how important the phytates are, and they are a little bit like turmeric even. That's that healthy they are. They can not only prevent the building of cancer cells, they can even reverse it. If you have a cancer cell in the body that grows without control, the phytates go directly into the bloodstream, and go directly to the cancer cells, not to the other cells. They are absorbed only by the cancer cells, and they are rehabilitated. That was how Dr. Greger puts it. Rehabilitation of cancer cells. So cancer cells that are growing like crazy and disturb our health, they got rehabilitated to normal cells. That's amazing, And the blood vessels that are flowing to the cancer, the small blood vessels are building to help the cancer cells grow, and the tumors and so. The phytates can even switch them off, these little blood vessels, They can turn them off. It's interesting, they have so many benefits, and definitely I don't need to soak the nuts and seeds because of the phytates, because they are really good for us. So, and they only affect the cancer cells, not the other cells. And they affect all kinds of cancer cells, not just for different special kinds of cancer. No, they seem to affect every kind of cancer. They turn them into normal cells again. Isn't that amazing? So I changed my opinion on soaking nuts completely. I do it now more for reasons of texture or flavor or these kind of things. In a whole food plant-based diet, Dr. Greger says, we have twice as much intake of the healthy phytins than on a regular mixed diet with meat and dairy and so. So in the meat industry even adds phytates to the meat products, but I won't go on those ugly details. I don't need to do that. We just stay plant-based and have a vegan diet, and that's good enough for us to know, right? I'm just happy to know that these phytates are really healthy. And I have 2 cups here of almonds, and sometimes they can be a little bit bitter, like the walnuts, and I soak them overnight. Especially if I have a less expensive, more inexpensive brand of almonds, to me it happens more often that I find a bitter almond in those almonds, and then the flavor is twisted a little bit. But when I buy the more expensive brands, there's very little only on the bitter almonds. And in an almond milk, the little bitterness doesn't even matter. But I soak them overnight and put them into the blender. I rinse and drain it, and I have 1 liter of water. That's the measurement for nut milk. For this kind of nut milk, you can also Add more or less water, more or less nuts to make it thicker or thinner as you like. Today I want to have a rich and creamy almond milk. I will see I have some recipes in mind on my mind that I can use the almond milk in. And I will also add a little of seasoning. To be clear, almond milk is also perfect by itself. Yeah, I already have a video out where I show you how to make almond milk. But this time I make combine a little bit of, here I have 5 dates, yeah, small dates, pitted, and I have a heaping tablespoon of cinnamon to combine with the almond milk before I filter it. Yeah, it's the nut milk bag. Yeah, that's today adding a little bit seasoning. Yeah, almonds have a very nice flavor. This subtle bitterness, this little harsh flavor, this little earth-like flavor. It's very nice and gentle and combined especially with strawberries. I love strawberries with almond flavor and many other things. You will see I will come up with some more recipes. Now I will blend it in my high-speed blender with a blender dance, and then I filter it through nut milk. I'll show you in a moment. Now blender dance. Soaking makes it, of course, easier to blend it because they are softer and have more volume when the water is in the almonds. Then it can be easier to blend them and get a nicer texture. That's also for dressings, when I make dressings or so and put the nuts into the dressing. The texture is often the main thing, oftentimes, because putting nuts into a dressing can be a problem because the fiber in the nuts and the peel of the nuts, the thin peel, can make it a little bit coarse to drink and scratches the throat a little bit. For that reason, sometimes I choose to soak them or also blend it with a banana. Yeah, then oftentimes the effect of the fiber in the nuts is mellowed down and balanced. Banana can also do great miracles when blending with nuts. So here, now I have a very thick and creamy almond milk here. Yeah, that's nice. Can be a wonderful drink. Can make also yogurt with it or a cream or so. Yeah, and also can if I have it too creamy, I can also store it in a refrigerator. And when I take it out, I can put some water in there. I can make it thinner. Yeah. So, but when I have a thicker, creamier milk in the beginning, it is more versatile and it is also easier to store. It is also a nice trick, yeah, to help me saving time and space in the kitchen. And cooking is also a lot about daily cooking. Yeah, we cook daily, we eat food daily, usually on daily basis. There's a lot has to do with economy of how I do things. Saving time and saving energy makes a lot. If I have a quick salad, for example, put together in 5 minutes, I quickly make a salad. Yeah, but if I have to work on it for an hour or so, cutting the veggies, thinking about what to do, thinking about the dressing, and I don't do it. I just eat an apple. But having it easy and quick is the major gateway to kitchen and to cooking everything. That is in so many respects of life, I guess. It is easier to do something, to start something to do, if I have a nice pathway rolled out in front of me. I know everything what to do. I don't need to think about it. I just do it and save time. That's so much fun. Yeah. I think economy, yeah, that is interesting to me. More and more I think about it. Economy is usually something we talk about daily life, economy, about money, business, and something many people don't really like because it takes away from their free time, from the fun of life. And you can also think about economy in different terms: economy of thoughts, economy of feelings, economy of emotions. Yeah, that can be very interesting. I think actually the law of non-violence, the universal law that is underlying all our cultures, all over the planet. For eons, people feel that using violence is critical. It has to be justified. You cannot just apply violence. And this law of non-violence, universal law as the yogis call it, actually might have a very nice relationship with economy. Because you think about it, if I do something, yeah, that has a resistance to it, so I have to use violence, it is almost already a waste of energy, a waste of time. So non-violence is closely related to economy of energy, of motion, of thoughts and feelings. Yeah, applies very closely, and there's a lot of interesting thoughts opening up if I embark on this journey. So now I have a hard time had here to squeeze the milk out of the nutmilk bag. As you can see, it took me some time. So I could talk a little bit about economy and non-violence, but that is because I put more almonds into the milk, yeah, than usual, and the spice, the cinnamon, and the dates. Because when I put more into the milk, then the substances, the fiber, they stick into the pores of the nutmilk bag, and it is harder to press, as you see. This is the almond flour here, and this is the almond milk. So I put it now back into this, into my container. Wait a second. Put the milk into the container, and then I will try a little bit. And you can see, you watch me tasting it. So it's more than a liter. No, it's a little bit more than a liter. Perfect amount for my 2 cups of nuts. Now I'll taste it. It's very nice. It's not too sweet at all. It's a very gentle flavor, and the cinnamon is also very gentle. The nut is there, the almond, the slightly bitter flavor, the typical flavor of the almond is completely there. It's a nice and creamy milk. Oh boy, this is so delicious. I have to show you. You can already see. It turns out to be my favorite milk, I don't know. Almond milk, isn't that cool? And you know what? It's so less expensive, so more inexpensive than the bought milk I can have in the supermarket. I have these, you look very nice, right? I can buy my milk, my nut and seed milk in the supermarket. There are so many brands, and I'm grateful for that, because now it's so easy to replace the dairy products with the vegan products. So the milk is super. But if you know the price, yeah, of the ready-made milk they can buy, they are up to $2 or so a liter, and even more. And this is so much more inexpensive. I don't know. This is 2 cups of almonds. What does it cost? I don't know. Maybe 10 cents or so. I don't know. I have to figure out. But it's less expensive, and I guess it's so much more delicious. If you enjoy, as first time, thanks for watching. If you enjoy, give me a thumbs up, and maybe you want to subscribe MDV on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.